All right. You are welcome to the Joe Brown Idele-Ero show. Another day, another dollar, as they would say here in America. How are you all doing out there today? I hope you are enjoying the nice weather that we have here in the state of Texas, but I know that it'll be raining all the way in Nigeria, but still, I do hope you guys are having a good time. We are here again today for another show. So I hope you guys will join us on this program today. All right. Give me 1 second here. We will be coming your way in just a minute. In just a minute.
MCK and the
Yale down, say. And let them talk and tell me, oh, Jesus Christ. And the tonton tell me what it could over I'm on my knees, please come. Come and set us free. We need you more and more. Just come and set us free, Daddy. Daddy, even when he has a question and gossip, but not me here for Daddy, the Korobo has a question and gossip, not me here for Daddy. Hallowed be your name, oh. It's you that I have come to see. No one else can take your place. I don't know what you read, but I'm a dad. Goro boy. But you need that pass, see a goro boy. If I'm a get it a walk on fire. Please come down, oh Lord, I pray. I'm on my knees, please come. Come and set us free. We need you more and more. Just come and set us free, Daddy. Daddy, even when he has a person and gossip, but not me here for Daddy, the Korobo has a person and gossip, move me up for Daddy. fall. You go say, you go crack me.
You're tuned into the Joe Brown Idele-Ero Show, the #1 platform where truth meets bold analysis. Every Saturday at 6 p.m. Nigeria time, we bring you sharp, insightful conversations on politics, economics, social progress, and infrastructure development live on Facebook and YouTube, featuring thought leaders and fearless voices. Ambassador Adesua Matthew Biki Uwaifo, Rastaman and activist Black Rice Osagie, Honorable Chief Tony Negro Erhabor, and your host with the most, Honorable Joe Brown Idele-Ero. No spin, no profanity, just sincerity, integrity, and a commitment to the truth. Subscribe now on YouTube at youtube.com/JoeAero100 and follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/joe.idele. This is not just a broadcast, it's a movement. You're tuned into the Joe Brown Idele-Ero Show, the #1 platform where truth meets bold analysis. Every Saturday at 6 p.m. Nigeria time, we bring you sharp, insightful conversations on politics, economics, social progress, and infrastructure development live on Facebook and YouTube, featuring thought leaders and fearless voices. Ambassador Adesua Matthew Biki Uwaifo, Rastaman and activist Black Rice Osagie, Honorable Chief Tony Negro Erhabor, and your host with the most, Honorable Joe Brown Idele-Ero. No spin, no profanity, just sincerity, integrity, and a commitment to the truth. Subscribe now on YouTube at youtube.com/JoeAero100 and follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/joe.idele.
Wretched and foolish jealousy, how did you come to enter me? I never was your kind, nor have a narrow mind, to vent your poor selfish desire, that others should not warm at my fire. I wish the sun should shine on men's food, flowers as well as mine.
As a man's wife from a home way, born in Asian village. She had no child but lost children. nicknamed Emita by her husband. But when her man died, she could not go home. Made her home in Oba Market. Childminder for young mother shoppers. Sometimes to pediatrician.
All right. Here we go again for yet another edition of the Joe Brown Idele-Ero show. My name is Joe Brown Idele-Ero, and I want to welcome all of you to this special broadcast on the Tuesday. On the Tuesday, bright sunny day right here in Dallas, Texas. I know that in Nigeria I've heard about the rainy cat and dogs, and we don't know because I believe it is the season anyway. And in the UK, I heard there was a little bit of shower, probably scattered rain in the UK. I don't know about Europe. I haven't got any report from Europe, but we are here enjoying a very bright sunny day in Dallas, Texas. And I hope that all of you are doing well. Usually, we do not schedule our shows for today, but we are having a very special broadcast. And that's why I will call it breaking news. And that news, we're going to be breaking it to you in just a second. And as I was saying, as advertised on this broadcast today, we're going to be unveiling the breaking news to you in just a second. Most of you probably already heard it, perhaps you already have, heard the news about what's going on right now in Nigeria politics, particularly in Edo politics. I have, as usual, my very own brother that is going to be discussing this particular subject with us here today in the studio. And you all know him. He is a very articulate person, a very versatile person when it comes to analysis. He is a great political lawyer and a sociologist and a great analyst. You all know him, and he's going to be with me today. If we do have other guests to join us, we will bring them your way. I am welcoming to you all my own brother, Chief Honorable Tony Negro Erabo, all the way from the UK. You are welcome to the Joe Brown Idele-Ero show, sir.
Thank you very much, Honorable Joe Brown Idele-Ero. Thank you for having me tonight, and I want to also express my appreciation to people or viewers who take their time to join us this evening. I appreciate you all, and God bless you. God bless Edo State, and God bless Nigeria. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much. Thank you very much, my brother. You're going to be hearing much of his voice tonight on this program. Now, like I told you, we have some development going on in Edo politics. Do remember, I want to quickly bring this your way. Do remember that if in the modern democracy, if somebody is elected to a different position, there has to be another election to bring in somebody else to take the place of that vacant position. When somebody contests for a higher position or whatever position it is, and left the seat he had before behind. There will be another election to be conducted by the same commission that usually conduct the election. Talking about INEC in the case of Nigeria. And what that election is called is a by-election. By-election. Since the coming of His Excellency Senator, Distinguished Senator Monday Okpewolo and his deputy, Right Honorable Dennis Idahosa, into power after the election of September last year, that created a vacancy in their seats. Distinguished Senator Monday Okpewolo, you all know, was a senator in the Nigerian National Assembly, and Right Honorable Dennis Idahosa also was occupying a seat in the Federal House of Representatives. So now these two positions have been kind of vacant all this while, like 6 months or more, now that they left that the National Assembly. So the federal government, the INEC, who is in charge of elections in Nigeria, conducting elections in Nigeria, whether general election or by-election, they have now given out the information that they are now prepared to do the by-election for those vacant positions. That is why all political parties have been looking for their own candidates, so to represent them in this by-election, because they still have to come up with their own candidates, APC, PDP, Labour, and all of that political parties. Now, that election is coming up soon, probably like, I think it is going to be like in August or so. So that's why all political parties are now looking for their own candidates. But in the case of the APC, which is the ruling party in Edo State, they have come up with their own candidates that will represent them in this by-election. And we are very, very proud and glad to announce to you as breaking news in this Idele-Ero show on this platform that the APC has been able to come up with their own candidates in these two elections. The House of Rep, talking about the Ovia federal constituency and the Edo Central Senatorial position. So they have been able to come up with their own candidates, what they call consensus candidates. So, and that has been accepted by the party. So they are now standing by to represent their own party, the APC. And that's why we call it breaking news. So we're going to get to it. The breaking news that the Edo APC has chosen those to represent them in both the House of Rep and the Senate, vacant Senate seat in this coming by-election. So let's get to it. My brother is already standing by, and I know members of the audience also are there waiting to hear what this breaking news is, how they arrived at these candidates and all that. That's what we're here to discuss tonight. And I want to welcome every one of you once again and appreciate you for always joining us on this platform and helping us out with your contributions and all that, which we expect that you can go to this comment section and tell us how you feel about this breaking news and what you expect, and probably other parties as well. So let's get to it. Honorable Tony Negro, what did you hear? What did you know about the House of Rep and the Senate House of Reps from the Ovia Federal constituency and the Senate vacant position from the Edo Central. What are you hearing and what do you know? Can you please tell us what you know?
Yeah, thank you very much, great Honorable Joe Brown Idele-Ero. It is actually by-election time or period in the Nigerian politics of Edo State, to be precise. INEC have scheduled this important days for this by-election exercise. The primary was scheduled for on the 17th to on the 21st of July. And then the by-election date was scheduled for on the 16th of August 2025. Then purchase of interest form 7th to on the 10th of July. So it was a very close period for people to the candidates that were aspirants that were interested. It was a very period for them. Let us take this anti-clockwise. Let's go straight to Edo Central first. We know that this election is for all political parties, but in Edo State at the moment, the PDP, the party has or is near coalition now. They are just a dying party at the moment. So candidates, aspirants coming up from there, they have little or no hope in winning this by-election. So let us go into straight into the APC aspirants. We have Honorable Anthony Ojo from Woimi. Interested? Anthony Ojo is a gentleman that has lots of European experience as well. He has lived in the he used to live in the diaspora. So he's got huge political experience. I remember speaking to him a couple of times. He rang me as well during his preparation for this race. But at one point, there were news that he pulled out of the race. So he pulled out of the race and came back again into the race. So I spoke to him regarding that, and he made his own. He expressed his. Sorry, my phone is just ringing. So he also came up with the reasons for that, which I understand. But at the end, he said he was going to contest. He wasn't going to pull out of the election. Of course, he has got right to vote and to be voted for as a citizen of Nigeria. So he said he was going to make sure he pursue his dream to the last. And I said, well, that's fine. If you want to do that, no problem. I called Dr. Honorable Joseph Ikpea. I called him. We had a chat regarding this by-election that was upcoming. From what he analyzed to me, I know that he's serious and he wants to make sure he fight for his dream. Fine. But a few days ago, we saw a letter written by Honorable Anthony Ojo, wrote to his supporters and followers that he was going to pull out of the race. The reasons for that, we didn't really know, but he said he was going to pull out and he was not prepared to go for the race anymore, which is good. That makes it even easier for his opponent now. That's Dr. Honorable Joseph Ikpea. His opponent has pulled out and the race is for him alone now, which is good. And that's settled. Personally, I know they probably have talked to each other and have come to a compromise and they work things out within themselves. That makes it easier for Edo Central APC and Edo Central at large, because it will kind of minimize fights, it will minimize quarrel, and it will be a better way forward for the politicians. So that is settled. Then we now went to, we are now, let us go now to Edo Ovia Northeast. I mean Ovia local government, the two Ovia local government coming together now. We have people who have come up to express their interest in taking the office that is vacant there by the office left by the Deputy Governor of Edo State, Right Honorable Dennis Idahosa, who hails from Igbobazuwa. I know his local village. I know that place very well, Igbobazuwa. So now you have people who have expressed interest. People like, you have Honorable Oscar Aredo expressed interest in that position for House of Representatives. You have Honorable or Right Honorable Omosede Igbinedion also expressed interest. You have Honorable Robert Uyi Uronsayi. He also expressed his interest in that House of Representative vacant position. Then you have Charity Amanyao, who also expressed his interest. I think there was more more interest in Ovia than Edo Central. So you also have Honorable Ibie Lincoln. But out of these interested aspirants, you have got Oscar bought form, and then he bought form, expression of interest form, and Lincoln bought expression of interest form. So it's been a very, very tight race for them. But the deputy governor, who actually left that position now, said is going to, that the party have arrived on a conclusion to adopt Honorable Omosede Igbinedion to go for House of Representatives or via local governments. That is great. Some people happy, others not happy. You have got people like Robert Uyi Oronsaye, a very, very young man, and most of the youth have been with him, and he was very hopeful he will win the election. He was now left with no choice than to pull out of the race. He did without any problem. He just decided to pull out of the race. Then you have Charity Amanyao said he pulled out without any chaos. So, but the one that was actually battling his way was Honorable Oscar Aredu. He didn't want to take no for an answer because he felt that he had a chance of winning as well. But what can you do? The party supremacy is very crucial in this regard because the party leaders have all decided that they endorse Omosede Igbinedion. So that is the position of things now. It is now up to the party now to sort out what they pay for expression of interest forms and try to put the people together. But I know they're not going to have no choice than to work with Right Honorable Omosede Igbinedion because the party have endorsed, nothing they can do about it. So that is the situation there. But I personally want to express my appreciation, my respect for APC in general. Because we've experienced this kind of election before in Edo State, in Benin City, Edo State politics, whereby Obaseki encouraged everyone to go and take forms. They all went for expression of interest form. They all paid, they campaigned, but 2 hours to the commencement, he called individuals and said they should not partake in the exercise. Then 2 weeks later, he called them to the government house and said he was going to refund their money. And I can tell you, up to date, he did not refund their money. But for APC to come up and address this issue directly, kudos to you guys, to you all for that boldness, for that your display of maturity to come up and address them. Otherwise, you can as well just say, okay, everybody go for the election, you go and do all your homework, back room, and then choose. People waste their money, waste their time, and then they become heavily aggrieved. So this time, we don't have that choice now to make too much problem because no aspirant has spent too much money in the race so far. Now, there's a lesson that we've all learned from this by-election exercise. The by-election exercise, in case of subsequent elections, people should not rush too much to go and buy forms. You try and wait, because to buy forms and return forms can be done within 2 days. So you can even buy forms, fill the forms right there, and submit. It's not an issue. The details they will ask there, I've seen the forms before. So they are personal information, and you can always put that in and say, don't rush to go and buy forms, because if the party leaders do their selection and it's not in your favor, if you don't buy forms too quick, you will not have an issue too much. So I think that's a very serious lesson for people to learn going forward in case of subsequent elections coming up in Edo State. So that is for now, and I'm going to just hand the mic over to Honorable Joe Brown, Idele-Ero. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Well, thank you very much for that insight of what is going on at the moment in Edo State politics and the INEC schedules. I'm going to ask you a question one more time so that our audience will be informed and they'll follow up with this schedule right here. Now, you mentioned something like about the date for the expression of interest form. What was that date again? Let's make sure we mention that so that the audience will be informed. What's the date that was set aside for the obtaining of interest form, expression of interest form?
Yes, thank you very much. The date for the expression of interest form is for on the 7th.
Okay.
On the 7th to on the 10th of July, 2025.
Okay.
That was the date for the expression of interest form.
Okay.
So sorry to I forgot to add that your cousin, Idele-Ero, he was also indicate interest in the by-election via Ovia. But I was surprised to see him in Ovia local government, because every time there is any election, he goes to that local government and partake in the election exercise. He was in Ego last year. I don't know how he managed to switch again from Ego to Ovia local government now, because I remember he contested for House of Rep election in Ego local government. His office was in Textami Road. I remember. So, but now he is now take his politics to Ovia now. That's where he also indicated interest now for the by-election. So that is that. Please put your cousin name down, Honorable Ero, as one of the aspirants for this race. Thank
Those
you.
who aspire. Okay. Well, before I come into that, about my brother who went to aspire in Ovia. You should know we are from Benin Kingdom. For those people who don't know, we the Eros, we can contest anywhere in the Edo South Senatorial District, or what they call Edo South Senatorial District. Let me put it that way. Edo South, the Eros can contest anywhere over there, for real. That's the truth. So maybe you don't know, or most people don't know about that. That he went to
Okay.
Ovia, to aspire. He did the right thing. He was not out of place. So we can aspire, we can contest from anywhere when it
Oh,
comes to.
that is very good family, man. That's very nice.
Thank you anyway.
So you
Thank you
are,
for
that is
that.
very good. You probably need a diplomatic passport to move around in Edo State.
That's exactly what we have. That is our diplomatic passport, okay? Okay, but that is just by the way. And then we're talking about the second one was the primary. So what was the date that is set aside by INEC for the primaries on this by-election? What was it?
Yeah, the primaries were scheduled for on the 17th to on the 21st of July 2025. Primaries for on the 17th to 21st of July 2025
Okay, all right.
for the
Now, and then,
by-election.
okay, now the main by-election is what date? Do you know about that? The date that is set aside for.
Yeah, the date for that proper by-election date was the 16th of August.
Okay. Well, for now, that is the substantial date. We don't know if it's going to change, if they're going to reschedule that. We don't know yet. But for now, that is the date that is scheduled by INEC for by-elections to take place
Yes.
in Nigeria. Perhaps not just Edo State alone. There are other areas where they are also having by-elections in Nigeria. I guess they're going to probably just do it the same day.
Same day, yeah,
Also,
same day.
yeah.
That's what I understand as well.
Okay. So I just want to quickly let the audience, our viewers, our listeners know about this schedule by INEC. INEC, they have set aside on the 7th to the 10th of July. That means other political parties who have not done their own, they still have the time now because today being the 8th of July 2025. So they have between now and the 10th, they have a few more days to do that, to come up with their interest form. That's the expression of interest form. And then we also have the date that is set aside for the primaries. This is not just APC alone, it's for all the political parties that are interested in contesting this by-election. They have the 17th to the 21st of July 2025 to end their primaries and come up with their candidates. And then they now said the final date for the by-election is going to be the 16th, of August 2025. Do not say you don't know. Don't say I didn't tell you, or don't say you didn't hear. But in case there's any adjustment, any changes that may be made by INEC, we will also let you know on this platform. That's all we got right now for the dates. Now, coming to those who were aspiring for the position, today we are concentrating on APC because it's the APC that has come up with the announcement for their candidates. So they didn't want to waste other candidates, they didn't want to waste their time. They just went ahead and make their internal democratic arrangement as they deem it fit to nominate their candidates. And they have done that, and now that's why we are bringing you this breaking news today. That's what we're bringing to you as breaking news. Now, other political parties, they're probably working on their own. We don't even know. So, but whenever we hear anything about their own candidates, we will also come to this platform and discuss it to the awareness of everyone out there, particularly in our state of Edo State. Okay. Now, my brother, Tony, Honorable Chief Tony Negro. You mentioned that there were several candidates, I mean aspirants, not candidates. There were several aspirants who wanted to take the position in the federal Ovia federal constituency. Let's deal with that first before we move to the Edo Central for the Senate. Now you mentioned Charity, you mentioned Alongside, you mentioned my brother, Ero by George Ero. You also mentioned where was that again? Agedo, right?
Lincoln.
Evia Lincoln. Okay. And then you also mentioned Agedo. Which one is Agedo?
Oscar Agedo.
Okay. Oscar Agedo. And then we have Barrister Igbinedion. Okay. Omosede.
Right Honorable Omosede Igbinedion.
Right Honorable Omosede Igbinedion. Okay. Okay, so then these people they have been working on their aspiration. I know about that. I've been seeing them on social media. I've have had the privilege to speak to one of them. That's the very young man. Alongside, I was proposing to bring him up to this platform so he can talk to his people, but he didn't. He didn't respond to that to give me the chance or a date for us to do a broadcast on his aspiration. But he was aware of it. I sent him an invitation. He was happy. He wanted to show up here, but I guess maybe his campaign did not allow him to do so. So for the rest of them, Charity, Amanyawo, Olosaye, Barrister George Ero, Ivie, Lincoln, then also Agedo, and then Right Honorable Barrister Omosede Igbinedion. They were all in the race to take over the position of the vacant position that was left by the election of the present deputy governor, Right Honorable Dennis Idahosa. So these are the people that were aspiring for that position, and today we are happy and glad to announce to you that the party APC has come up with a consensus candidate to fly their flag in the by-election. And when you know how it is in Nigeria, once the party leadership has decided, that's it. So they have chosen Right Honorable Omosede Igbinedion as their candidate to fly their flag in this coming August by-election to the House of Rep in Ovia federal constituency. We know that. Now we're going to move to the Senate position that was led back by the election of distinguished Senator Monday Okpebholo as the governor of Edo State. Now INEC has come up with this date. We have to have somebody representing that area in the House of Senate. So, do you want to mention names that were involved in the Edo Central Senatorial District? Those who were aspiring, I'm talking about just APC. We are talking about APC today. But like I said, if the other parties have worked out their own, we will also bring you the information on this platform. Now, my brother, Honorable Chief Tony Negro, Erabo, well, how many people were aspiring to go into that position of Senate in Edo Central?
Yeah, thank you. With the Edo Central, The race was simply what I call a Woimi battle. It was a battle that was like both of them were from same local government area of Edo State. That's Honorable Anthony Ojo, who is also from the diaspora, and you have his opponent, Dr. Honorable Joseph Ikpea. So these were the two serious candidates that were in the Edo Central. And I think many people didn't want to show too much interest in the Edo Central because it was a bigger position compared to the House of Representatives. And they also believe that because the governor is from Edo Central, there's not much they can do. Whoever is going to take that position have to be approved by the governor of Edo State, the executive governor. So I so much believe in that too, because the office is where he just vacated from, and he must definitely have a say of who will be taking over from him. This might not be made public or too public, but at the end of the day, we know these are things that can happen within the indoor political games.
Well, a quick update on that is, if you ask me if I bring distinguished Senator Monukwe here, he's going to say what I'm saying right now. I think the best language to use is that if you say he has to be the one to bring somebody, that will now make it an imposition. But yes, of course, he has his own right to influence the decision. He has the right to influence the party leadership and who is his a preferable person. But you see, so that way people will not they will not frown at it that he is imposing somebody because he's the governor. No, all he can do actually in any election, basically, whatever any person of high influence can do is to influence, the decision of the party hierarchy. Anyway, so let's move forward now. But I also heard, I was hearing some about Okoje and all that. It wasn't on the same by election that Okoje was aspiring to go into.
Yeah, in Edo Central, but Okoje came from the PDP.
Oh, okay.
And when I saw his name, Okoje, I called Barrister Pepsi Okoje, my friend, and I asked him if he was related to this Okoje, but he said no. He's related to the other Okoje that Governor Obaseki made commissioner and later dropped him from the position of commissioner for road and bridges.
Okay.
So he
All
used
right.
my cousin to replace that Okoje. That's when Etam Uzamere
Okay.
took
Okay.
over from, and then he became the commissioner for land and bridges. So this Okoje is a very different Okoje, but I understand he has been in politics. He has held some positions before in politics, but he's now he's under the flag bearer of the PDP. But the problem with him now is that the party is only himself and Azegbeme left in the party now. So how is he going
Oh my
to
God.
survive election with himself and
Oh
Azegbeme alone? So that is for the PDP to sort out. It's not our problem or the problem of the general Edo State. But I know that, to me, I would describe him as, he's not a serious opposition. So that is why the main one is the APC, whoever emerged, stand a chance of winning the election. Thank you very much.
Good job. Anyway, I know that if you are given the chance, oh, you're gonna lash and beat up the PDP for what you know. I know you have a lot of information about how the PDP crumbled out of the system. Basically, I mean, they're just there with a little string that is holding them, which means they are no longer as formidable as they used to be since Obasaki, your friend or your brother, came and actually demolished that party. You talk about it here every time. We will give you the opportunity to continue, to continue to lash at that party when they are on track or whenever they announce their candidate. Remember that we're going to come here on the live broadcast and also talk about, analyze their candidate as well. Now, let's leave that alone for now, because I know that if you are allowed, you have time, the whole time in the world to talk about the what they call the isolation of those people who try to come up from the PDP, because it is your belief and the belief of many that the PDP is gone for good in Edo State. Anyway, let's come back to the issue of the candidates that has been announced by the APC to represent in this by-election. What do you know about Right Honorable Barrister Omosede Igbinedion? We're talking about the Ovia Federal Constituency first. Now, and then that's one question I will ask. And the second is, since do you think those other people, like about 5 of them, do you think they are going to be happy? Well, the answer, I already know that, but I'm going to ask you. Do you think they are happy, or do you think they actually accepted the decision made by the party leadership in the state? I got 2 questions right there. First of all, I will actually, you can take anyone first, okay?
Yeah, yes, my great Honorable Eru. Obviously, the other aspirants are not going to be happy about this same decision that the party leaders have come up to. There are a lot of, you know, odds against Omosede Igbinedion, Barrister Omosede Igbinedion. She's a very close person to me, as a matter of fact, because I've really hung out with her, talking to her during her father's 3 years ago birthday. I was there. I was with the dad all throughout this. Anyway, the father is a father of our dear state anyway. So I was there. I was in the birthday. We were all sitting together with gist, and I had a chat with her mother as well. You know that the mother is from here. Is from London here. So though they are from the Caribbean, but the mother is from London here. So we had a chat about London briefly and all that. So that is it for the Igbinedion. And you know my position where my chieftaincy is coming from. It's also close to the dad, say. So now, the other aspirants apparently were not happy to hear that somebody has been endorsed. Although it's always like that. It's like a football match. When you play a football match with another club, everyone have the mind to win. Whoever win is happy. Who didn't win is always not happy about results. So that's how it is. Somebody like, I think the most bittered person among all of them is Honorable Barrister Oscar Aredo, who actually just bought his own form of expression of interest form And I think that form goes for about 20 million thereabout. I'm not quite sure, but I think it's about 20 million. And he just bought his own, and only to be told maybe the next day that he can't contest the election now. Now he's not happy. Then we have a Oronsaye by Sir Robert Uyi Oronsaye. He was very, like he has so much hope that he was going to win the election based on the area where he hails from in Ovia local government. But he's got his own interpretation to all that. And at the end of the day, he was not allowed now to contest the election. But he's a very young man, very, very young man, and he believes that he still have time going forward. But the youth in Ovia local government, they are all really queued behind Oronsaye, telling him that not be money will take do this one. We go use make sure say youth come up. So, but the party leader, this party supremacy came up, and then they took everything. But there was a very, very, the Charity, Honorable Charity Amanyavo, that one made a public statement saying that he respects the supremacy's order or the party decision, and that he will work with Omosede Igbinedion. And he just like collapsed his own structure right there in the Meti, but which is good. And others that didn't really agree, but they will still agree going forward because they have no choice now than to work with Omosede Igbinedion. But the thing with Omosede Igbinedion, many people are not happy with her in Ovia local government. There are complaints about her. That was why she lost her election twice against Right Honorable Dennis Idahosa. Both of them, they are from large community in Ovia local government. I know both of them have been to Okada, where Omosede is from, and I've been to Igbobazuwa, where Right Honorable Dennis Idahosa hails from. Igbobazuwa, as a matter of fact, was the most popular community in Ovia local government in the past. But as soon as Chief Gabriel Osawaru Igbinedion started getting more and more and more popular, he kind of waved and moved most of the things now to Kada, which is there. But the old footstep is still there. If you know what Fela did in Oju-Elegba, after he left Oju-Elegba, his footstep is still in Oju-Elegba up to date.
He left his footprint right there.
I remember as a young man when I was fighting to get into secondary school, I was really fighting to get into that Igbobazuwa grammar school. It was just newly built at that time. It was called Edo College Igbobazuwa. I really fell in love with that secondary school. That Igbobazuwa is quite a large city, a large community in Ovia local government. So that was why she lost twice, and they are now wondering how come about somebody who lost election twice. If why would they kind of endorse her to take over? But the party's hierarchy people knows that they have their decisions. I don't know whatever criteria they have used to do their selection, but at the end of the day, the ball is now with Omosede Igbinedion. Thank you.
Well, I was going to ask you the question about that. If you believe that some people aren't happy that she was eventually selected by the party hierarchy. And are you sure the party isn't aware of this, this snag right there? Are they not aware that the people actually are not in tune with her, and now they're still going to fly her with with their flag in this coming by-election? Don't you think it may be some defective on their part, on the APC part, on the election? So if you say and you believe that popular opinion from the area didn't quite get along with her position as at that time, which also strategies may have changed. You never know. But anyway, how do you think the party made such a mistake if they know? Don't they know that it's going to be on an adverse effect to them that will affect them in the by-election, and yet they went ahead to do it? That means they are now having some, confidence, some advanced confidence in her that she will do well in the election. So, what do you think?
Yeah, come up again, please, because part of your speech was cracking up and I couldn't really understand or hear you
All right.
properly.
Okay, so here's the question. I hope you can hear me now, right?
Yes.
Good. Now, the question I was posing to you is, you kind of, I want to say alleged, you said that many people were not happy, not just this time around alone, that they didn't quite want her to represent them. Maybe because that was a different party. I remember she was in PDP. Now she's in APC. Remember that now, okay? So that's another point that you got to understand. That time they didn't quite want her to be there, and that's what gave the chance twice to our right deputy governor, right honorable Dennis Idahosa. She was in a different party. Now that she has switched back into APC, don't you think the party leadership already feel, yes, she's good to go? She can do it, she can make it, and she can be successful in the election. Do you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Actually, Right Honorable Omosede Igbinedion has been in PDP for a very long period of time now. And the people, the Ovia people, they don't really want to carry on with her in Ovia local government for reasons I don't know, but they've all made different complaints about her,
Okay.
and her old administration in Ovia local government. So, but the Omosede herself have struggled to get the ticket for deputy governor of she has tried to get the deputy governor ticket to be running mate to as Sweleme Iwodalo. But she didn't get it. She didn't get it because Governor Obaseki disappointed her. He gave that ticket to Ogie. But Ogie have got some role because Ogie is the one that cover most of this activities, fraudulent activities that he carried out in government house in Osadebe Avenue. So he didn't want to offend Ogie in the last minute. He therefore disappointed Omosede Igbinedion and gave the ticket to Ogie. But that was a very shock decision to the PDPs in Edo State, because they look at it like, oh, you brought Aswen Iwodalo, who has not been in the party. You gave him ticket for governorship ticket.
okay, take the deputy governor to old PDP, which is the legacy PDP. But they expected him to do that. They even advised him to do that. You know, as Obaseki is now, he's a kind of a mononye, or he just carry on with his bad life and brought in Ogi, whether they like it or not.
That's in position right there. Okay.
And that's where, yeah, that is the area where he got things very, very wrong. You don't tell somebody who is going to vote, I treat you whether you like it or not. Remember, he's going to vote the next day.
Okay. Okay.
He can decide not to give you his vote. Nothing you can do, because you can only be in government as that day. You cannot be in every polling booth.
Well, that's good.
So what they did, they now. So that was where the problem lies. Now that Omosede Igbinedion has been, you know, I think APC have really bailed out of anxiety now. They bailed her out. So she's now the candidate for Ovia Local Government House of Representatives.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that explanation to that. I think the audience will agree with you that your analysis is right. You know, so well, we are still here on the Idele-Ero show. If you're just coming in now, the next is to go to the Edo Central Senatorial District, where Honorable Dr. Joseph Ikpea has been announced as the consensus candidate for the vacant Senate position that was led as a result of the election of our distinguished Senator Ikpea. So let's analyze that of the Edo Central constituency for the Senate. So we already talked about those who aspired to be, but now the party leadership has decided that let's go this way, you know, and everybody will, you know, join hands at the end of the day to ensure the victory of the party. Now, why do you think the party leadership? Why do you think so? I'm not saying you know why, but why do you think so? Why do you think that the party eventually make up their mind and decided on Dr. Joseph Ikpea? You have Ojo, Honorable Anthony Ojo, who also was aspiring. He has had positions as well in the state level, but now he didn't get a chance to be the nominee of APC. So why do you think the party came up with that decision to choose Honorable Dr. Ikpea?
Yes, now candidate Dr. Joseph Ikpea. He's got very strong and solid family background in the land of Esan people. Their family, they are well-to-do, and he got their support, overwhelming support for this very race. But this party have also done a lot for APC during the governorship election. And all those, their goodwill has to be, you know, the governor have to, or the party have to reciprocate. So that is it. They were far stronger than Anthony Ojo financially and otherwise. So that was part of my discussion with Honorable Anthony Ojo. He's fully aware that the family, and they are all very much together, the family.
So it wasn't going to be a very easy fight for Anthony Ojo. So that choice was very straightforward, and it was a choice that their opponent didn't have any choice than to pull out of the race. Otherwise, he was going to waste his resources. Thank you.
All right. Okay. I think yes, you did pretty good. You did pretty good on that. Well, again, in Nigeria politics, particularly Edo politics, okay, we know how it goes all the time that aspirants don't always have their way. Sometimes we think that those that were not chosen probably would have been better, you know, but we don't know how and why, you know, against the wish of the interests of many anyway. So, but in order to avoid disharmony and people who might become disgruntled and try to work against the party, there should be what we know and what we call reconciliatory a move, you know, to bring those people together. Sometimes they fail to do that. I will borrow your own position against Obasaki, former Governor Obasaki, who would not listen to people's advice according to the general opinion. Now, when you have this aspire, at the end of the day, the party leadership decided to move on with one person. I think it would have been, you know, reasonable enough, and the responsibility of the leadership as well to bring the rest of them together one way or the other, either by promises or something else, you know, that will, you know, appease their mind and, you know, make them, you know, stay together and let's work for the success of the party, you know. What do you think? Do you think that is going to happen this time? Do you think they're going to do that, or they're going to ignore the rest of them? I hope you heard me well, right?
Yeah, I think, Great Honorable Ero, what you just mentioned, that is what I can say is the difference between APC Edo State. During Godwin Obasanjo's regime, you know, he was just like, he don't care about how people feel whenever he makes or make a decision. He just kind of rude and expressed lack of love, lack of respect for party leaders and for the general people of Edo State. The thing is, if you see what played off in governorship race for the APC 2024 governorship election, you remember what happened between the governor, the current governor, and then the current governor and the deputy governor, Right Honorable Dennis Idausa, when there were clashes, but the party leaders called them and resolved the issue. Everyone just went to their corner and respect the party leaders. This is where PDP gets things wrong. When they do things, anytime you call for meeting, party leaders call Godwin Obaseki for a meeting of what we call reconciliation meeting. He will not listen to anybody.
Doesn't even attend the meeting.
He will not. Remember,
times without number. The party leaders came from Abuja with times without number to Edo State to try and settle Governor Obaseki problem, and then the legacy, PDP. He refused. And it was that legacy fight that later destroyed Obaseki, because all his political strategies were not working. He wanted to lie against Chief Danobi that he gave them billions of naira to get the ticket. You know, only to come and discover that his own owed dollars from the deputy governor, Right Honorable Philip Shaibu. So the APC, they are well known for what I call reconciliation or to resolving issues. They're definitely going to resolve this issue. I know that for a fact, because they are sensible people. That is why these parties still have the togetherness that they have today. Look at, after resolving this dispute between governor and the deputy governor, everything went well. The election went well. And after the election, the cases that were in court for the PDP, the cases were still ongoing. They were still ongoing. The party remained, they could not resolve their issues. So, trust me, Honorable Ero, APC will resolve every damn issue accordingly, and they will come together. I'm very sure about what I'm talking, because they have got good track records regarding reconciliations.
Well, thank you for that. This is a good message you are sending out to the party leadership, even if they already know that and they have been doing that in the past or previous elections anyway. So they need to also do that this time around, and they shouldn't take anything for granted. So because of time, we are not going to be here the whole day. We have actually achieved a lot today, so we have made progress in this broadcast. The people now know their candidates for the APC, and they now know the reason why the decision were taken, and they now know how best they are going to work hard to make sure those who were challenging these people also come together and bring a positive result during the by-election. So I appreciate you always. Your analysis is always top-notch. So people always look out to hear from you, because you will say the way you will tell them the way it is. That's one good thing about the feedback that we get from the field about you. So I appreciate that, and I thank you so much. Now, before I let you go, before we round up the show, I'm going to say this here by myself, that Nigeria politics, they should do better than the way things are being handled. Many people go into election with the hope to win. And at the end of the day, they aspire, they buy forms for this and for that. And at the end of the day, the party will now come up with either a consensus or an imposition, which is not right. The other aspirants, they have their own, because we are all equal, equal citizens. We enjoy the same equal citizenship in that country. So we have the right to be voted for and to vote and to be voted for. So that's what they do. At the end of the day, when you screen them out without any form of either compensation or to appreciate them or something, those people are definitely going to be angry. So Nigeria politics It is about time we move beyond that, because I don't know why people are afraid to go to the field to be defeated or to win. You know, like I always say in this platform, that failure, mark this. Failure is part of success. When you fail today, that does not mean you're not going to pass tomorrow. So that is, allow people to go into the field for primary, and that's the reason why they call on people to aspire. If you know you are going to impose or you are going to do this kind of consensus, which I understand that consensus is in the Constitution, but if you know you are going to do that, why allow people to waste time, their resources, and all that? So, and then again, I don't believe that this kind of consensus or zoning is the best way for us to have the best leadership in Nigeria politics. No, allow anybody. It could be from a very little village. You know, that person might be the one that will give you the best leadership. If you continue to do this imposition and all that stuff, people will not be happy. Many people global, they don't want to vote because of all this, because they expect that when you leave that healthy competition out there, yeah, then in fact you make the party stronger in the election. Because why? The people who chose that person are still the people that are going to vote during the election. So with that being said, I'm going to invite you, my dear brother, Honorable Tony Negro, Chief Honorable Tony Negro, to give your last words. We're going to come back. We'll have a lot of debate on this matter before the election and after. So give us your last word and talk to your people, talk to the people, and what you expect them to understand from this broadcast.
Yeah, thank you very much. My appreciation to the way you have conducted this show tonight, and I really commend your effort. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
My message to Edo, people of Edo Central is that God have made this election very simple for all of you, and you have to try and hold on to it. Because the other candidate, Honorable Anthony Ojo, agreed to pull out of the election, so which is very fine. Now it's just a straight way now for Dr. Honorable Joseph Ikpea. And we really, I'm happy for you. The name battle, Omosede Igbinedion, Right Honorable. What you need to do now is to call the people together, call for a meeting, all of them, all the aspirants, call them for a meeting and have a chat with them and ask them for their support and tell them that you love them and you work and listen to them. You know, that will make them feel sense of belonging in your government, rather than try to say, now I've got it, I'm going to push you people away, blah, blah, blah. So those ones is not a way forward. Your meeting with them, telling them that they are important in your government, will make things very, very sweet for you going forward. Thank you very much, everybody. And Deputy Governor, thank you for your intervention. And thank you all.
Wretched and foolish jealousy. How did you come to enter me?
Yeah, here we go. We have spent quite some time here. I can never stop to appreciate my very own brother here. Very, very, very humble gentleman, Honorable Chief Anthony Negro Erabo. Now, remember, this platform here, we have a few more people that did not show up today for one reason or the other. Unavoidably, they are absent. But we will still want to regard them. We want to regard our brother, Ambassador Biki Uwaifo, who was supposed to be here with us too, but he's not here tonight on this tonight's broadcast. But we want to thank him for his strong support on this platform. The same thing go to our own very own brother, the reggae superstar, the legendary Black Rice Osage. He's my mentor, as I always mention in this platform. Black Rice Osage where he appears on this program, even with the last minute invitation, and he will show up and he will represent very well. So, Black Rice Osage, I guess most of the time we are going to be missing the schedule of activities. First of all, this is a political discussion. You know, brother Black Rice is a strong activist from the legendary superstar of the blessed memory, Fela Nicolas Mokuti. He is a member of that shrine. He is from that school of thought. So that continued to go with him. I'm talking about our great reggae superstar put so much into this topic, and that's the reason why we did not bother to include him today. I'm going to tell you now, because if he comes to talk about it, his points, will be kind of different from the way we handle it, because he actually don't flow very well with politics. He call it politics. That's what he call it. So, but anyway, and then we also have our brother, the security expert, that unfortunately, because of the sudden call on this broadcast, could not reach out to him in Germany. I'm talking about our own brother, Prince Jack Sansi Idele-Ero, who is based in Germany. So, but in the next program, all of us will be present to analyze the issues that are going on in Edo and in Nigeria generally. So, yes, where we draw the curtain today, and we want to thank you all, the audience, members of the audience, who take their time to stay up, even if they're supposed to be sleeping, or they're supposed to be doing one thing or the other. We know how it is, but we appreciate your time always to stay with us to go through this broadcast. Even though we are not getting calls from you, there's no comment from the comment section. We don't know why, but it's okay. It's all good. We know you are out there watching and listening to this broadcast. We appreciate you. We appreciate your time. Until next week, Saturday. Actually, until Saturday this week, we're going to come up with another broadcast, because this is a standard Saturday broadcast. But we can always come in an odd time like this, all days during the week, if there's anything special for us to send out to the public out there, for them to get the awareness and get the information. Thank you all.
Wretched and foolish jealousy, how did you come to enter me? I never was your kind, nor have a narrow mind. To vent your poor selfish desire, that others should not warm at my fire. I wish the sun should shine on men's food, flowers as well as mine. Wretched and foolish jealousy, how did you come to enter me? I never was your kind, nor have it to vent your poor selfish desire, that others should not warm at my fire. I wish the sun should shine on men's food flowers as well as mine.
If you won't guess what, say you.